Recently, Canva launched a bunch of new charts in their presentation software. There are quite a few additions and a lot of them are present in PowerPoint. However, there are a few which are not there in PowerPoint. And one of them caught my eye, which is called a packed circles chart. So I wanted to show you how you can make this chart in Canva and then import that chart as SVG shapes in PowerPoint and still be able to use that chart to an extent. So once you log into Canva, click on presentations, it'll open up a blank slide, click on elements, scroll down until you locate charts, click on see all charts, scroll down. Under hierarchy charts, we have two of these charts called packed circle charts. This is a simple version of it and this is a slightly more advanced version of it. So I'm going to click on this chart. Let's understand what this chart is. So here we have 4 circles under which we have few subgroups. Let's look at the data sheet. If I click on this double-headed arrow button, it opens up the data sheet in full screen mode. So here are our 4 groups, which are these 4 circles, and the circles inside those circles are these subgroups, and these are our values. What I wanted to do is, if you have watched my tree map video, I wanted to take that data and make a packed circle chart with it. So this is my data from the tree map chart video. I'm just going to copy all of this table except for the headers, then go into the data sheet of Canva's packed circle chart, paste our values, click on this X sign in the top right corner. It has created this chart from our data, but what I want to see is I want one circle for lunch, another circle for breakfast. They should be sized proportionately, and inside those circles I want to be able to see all my subgroups, which are tea, pancakes, eggs, and so on. So go on to this left hand side. Right now breakfast and lunch categories are selected. We want that. We don't want this beverage and food subgroup being selected, so I'm going to uncheck that. Then under size, scroll down, select column F, which is our revenue column, and that resizes our circles in the right proportions. Next, under the groups drop down box, let's check different values to see what happens to our chart. I'm going to select this coffee tea checkbox, and that shows all our subcategories under lunch and breakfast. So this is what I want. Let's say if I wanted to see the values instead of the labels, I just have to uncheck this option and then check this column F. This shows the value labels for each of these circles. If I were to check this option as well as the count option, it will only show the one that's second in order. So here you will notice there is a specific order. So at the top we have the group, which is lunch, breakfast. Then we have column F, which are these revenue numbers. And third, we have these category labels, coffee, tea, and so on. So right now Canva does not show 3 things at once. It only shows 2 things, which are in this left to right order. So if you wanted to see the category labels instead of these revenue numbers, you will have to uncheck this column F. So now you can see these category labels. Let me increase the size of our chart. I want to be able to see all my data labels. So right now waffles and coffee are cut off. So let me increase the chart size a little more. Then I'm going to reduce the font size until all my text appears. So I think this seems to work. Now if I want to export this into PowerPoint, all I have to do is go to File, click on Download. Under Download, we have a few options, so you can export it as PDF or a PowerPoint file. Exporting as a PowerPoint file is not useful because it exports the chart as an image, which is not what we want. We also have options to export this as an image. To be able to export directly as SVG file, you need to pay for the Pro version. I don't have the Pro version right now, so I'm going to select the PDF standard option that's by default and then click on download. Once your file has downloaded, open up a browser, search for a PDF to SVG converter. I'm just going to click on the first option that I see, then upload the file that has just downloaded. Once the file has converted, download it. Open the converted SVG file in PowerPoint, right click, click on ungroup, say yes, ungroup one more time, delete all the extra shapes. Let's ungroup one more time, and now finally all our shapes are available for selection. So now you can decide to color this any which ways you want. Everything is in proportion. For example, if you wanted to club together food categories and beverages categories separately, you can color them with the same colors within a category. That ways we can also see our data by one more subgroup. So if I were to color my categories by food and beverages, this is how our chart could look. If we have a little more time, we could visualize this way. Right now this is without the numbers, but we can easily add these numbers if we needed. The packed circle chart is also a great visualization as a word cloud. So let me create a new slide. Select this simple circle chart. I have my market share data by phone companies here. So if I wanted to make a word cloud for this, all I have to do is go to the data sheet of this chart, paste in our values, close the data sheet, and this is our word cloud chart basically. So the process to import this in PowerPoint is similar. Export this as a PDF, then convert it to SVG, bring it in PowerPoint, ungroup it twice, and then we would have our word cloud chart within PowerPoint that we can freely edit. For the sake of time, I have done that, and this is our word cloud chart. So I have been looking for this packed circle chart a while. I even tried to create this within PowerPoint, but it's just not possible. I also looked at other options like d3js.org, but it's just too complicated for PowerPoint. So I was finally happy to see that Canva has added this chart, and I hope Microsoft is paying attention and they also decide to add this in PowerPoint. I love this chart and I love what Canva people are doing at their end. If you found this useful, please leave a like and subscribe for future videos, and I will catch you next time.